Watch Commander, Sergeant Blue, how can I help you?
Hi, it's Dispatch. I'm going to be transferring in Councilman Quach to you.
Okay.
Alrighty, so
Thank
we can disconnect. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Watch Commander, Sergeant Blue, how can I help you?
Hey, Sarge. Andy Quach, how are you, sir?
Hi, Councilman. Good, sir. How are you?
Good. Is it a busy night for you guys with the rain?
Not so busy. It kind of hits in spurts and stuff. We had a Placentia PD that they had a homicide in the city last night, and the guy ended up carjacking a car, and they thought that he might be visiting some places in our city, so they had detectives going to different locations. So we sent officers out to help them, but we didn't find the guy in our city.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Other than that, no major injury TCs or anything?
No, just the run-of-the-mill stuff. You know, the rain kind of goes off and on and stuff, but nothing major. I take it your call at 1 o'clock in the morning is not because you missed us. I take it that you're calling about Councilman Diep?
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of want to have a better understanding of what happened.
Sure.
And maybe talk to Jack, or maybe you can fill me in.
I can fill you in a little bit. It was. I would say this. It was difficult for me to try to relay to Councilman Diep what took place. He came in very upset, and
sure. He came into the station.
Initially, sir, he called in. He was talking very cryptic, like he wouldn't even tell me what he was calling about.
Right.
And then he asked if a particular officer was on duty, and when I explained to him that he was, the next thing that he asked me is if the phone conversation was being recorded, and you know that anybody that calls into the watch commander's office, the conversation is recorded. So I explained to him that yes, it was being recorded. At which time he said if I can call him back on his cell phone. So it sounded like he didn't want to say what he wanted to say on the recorded line.
Right.
So I told him that I would call him back in 15 minutes, and when 15 minutes came, as I was about to dial his number, he showed up at the police station.
Wow.
He came in. I had Lieutenant Jack Davison that was with me because he happened to be around the area. And there was Sergeant Williams that was present too, and we asked Councilman Diep to come in. He seemed very upset. I tried to ask him what was on his mind. He really wouldn't come out and tell me. To the extent that I told him that, I explained to him how we do our business as far as just in general terms of what our officers do, what our city council expects of our officers to do, as far as just doing regular business check.
Right.
And I explained to him that there was no conspiracy as far as this particular business that
Right.
But
hey Tim, did any of your officers make a reference to the city council, like if you don't want us to check this place, go talk to the city council?
You know what, sir? I don't. I'll tell you this, sir. I haven't had a chance to talk to the officer. Now, Councilman Diep brought up that same statement. I don't know that. We can certainly check on that. And if that was the case, then obviously we'll take the appropriate measures against that officer. But I personally,
I don't think it's warranted. I mean,
I don't know, sir.
Let's just Well,
but
is Jack around?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Would you like to speak with him, sir?
No. I think I kind of understand what happened. Basically, someone showed up and Tom just got kind of upset. So let me.
Well, if you can express to him that because when I explained to him what we do as far as what our police procedure is, he made a statement that I was just giving him a public answer, as if somehow I was being untruthful to him, and that certainly not was the case. I was telling him exactly what we do here and what our expectation of our officer is, but it appears, at least from the way he responded to my statement, as if somehow I was being less than truthful with him.
Right. Okay. No, I will explain that to him. He's very new, so please take that into consideration. He's trying to understand the procedure, and I'm trying to explain to him. I've been on ride-alongs.
I would suggest that to him, that if he wants to kind of know what we do, I encourage him to go and ride along with our officer. I'll take him out myself, or he can go with one of our officers. But I think if he can just reserve his judgment a little bit until he sees what we do, I think it might change his opinion. At least I hope it does. I mean, obviously, he is our city councilman. We do work for our city council, and so we certainly don't want to have any kind of misgiving or misunderstanding between what we do and what he thinks we should be doing. So if we could somehow clear up the mess and explain to him this is what we're doing, but I can assure him, and obviously you know this as well, there is no conspiracy theory of any business.
I've heard nothing but great things about you and Nick. I mean, just first and foremost, I've been out there. You both have taken me on right along.
Okay.
I kind of understand what police procedure is.
Okay. I know you do. I know you do.
And I'll talk to Trong, and I really appreciate you telling me, what really happened tonight. And I'll go back and I'll talk to Trong, and I'll talk to Dan Schoonmaker and kind of apparently Dan.
Councilman, let me tell you this. This is what I do know about tonight's incident. Maybe that can kind of help you with your conversation. I don't know anything about that comment. What I do know is that the officers went back out there again just for a business check on smokers.
There, so it's kind of
just check for smokers, and this was, I think, the 4th or 5th business they hit. They've gone through other businesses, and I was explaining to Councilman Diep that if there's no call for service, we ask the officers to basically stay busy by just doing business check, just random business check. So again, it wasn't like that was the only business they went to tonight. They went to other businesses tonight too. But what was unusual about this time around was when the officer got to the door. My understanding is that the security guard prevented them from coming in by closing the door on them and refusing to open. And again, this is a business that's supposed to be open to the public, and that's something that the police can come in to check because they're doing business in our city.
Do you have a log of what time the officers arrived?
Sir, probably about maybe an hour ago, but sir, they weren't there more than they were in and out.
No, because I believe part of their CUP is that they after midnight is when the official closing hour, that they basically shut the door to incoming people. And
I think I can double check. I don't know what the CUP on that business, but my understanding is, and I don't think it was after midnight. I could be wrong, but I don't want to go out on a limb if that was the case. What I can say was that that doesn't apply to police officers. True, exactly. But what would happen was that the security guard basically told the officers that you can't come in. That basically the owner says you can't come in, and I think eventually, again, that was the extent of that contact. The officer eventually came in, but without incident. They looked around, everything appeared okay, and then they left. Now, I guess supposedly the owner got a phone call, somehow, I assume it's from the security guard or someone, and she made comments in like, well, you can't be there, that type of stuff. That was the extent of that. So I don't know what else beyond that as far as statements, but there was no enforcement action taken other than the officers go there, they check out the place, and then they left. There was no citations issued. No one was asked to step out of the business or anything like that.
My concern was, what the comment the officer made to the owner or whoever, and that's kind of...
I understand that's inappropriate if that was a comment made. Yeah. I would agree with that, sir, and I'll check with the supervisor that talked to them about that, see if that's the case. My understanding is the incident was tape recorded, so if there's a need for us to pursue whether or not that comment was made, we can certainly look into that.
Oh, and this is like the second incident in like 1 week about that place.
I wasn't there last week. I actually was off, and we were celebrating that with my family, so I missed that too.
Is everything okay, Tim?
What was that?
Is everything okay with your family?
No, yeah. Well, my dad turned 80, so I took Friday, Saturday, so we had a birthday party at my house Saturday because my dad turned 80. So I just took the weekend off. So I wasn't working that night. I just took it off for that and my dad's birthday. So no, everything is fine at home. But I came back and I heard about that unfortunate incident. And again, he is our new city councilman, and I try to explain to officers, please be aware of what our city council folks look like. But we always have new people in training, and their whole mindset is just try to focus on their job, and sometimes they don't think about remembering faces too well and stuff. So we'll try to make sure that they understand who their city council folks are too. But again, extend to officers.
It doesn't matter the city council, man. I'm just trying to understand, what happened out there, who's right and who's wrong, and if you guys are following orders and your patrol officers are doing their thing, that's totally what you guys are supposed to be doing.
I think that once I'm not sure if you had a chance to talk to the chief or not, but once you get all the information from the incident, I think you'll be comfortable in the actions of the officer.
I'm always am. Yeah. I'm always am, and Tom's young, and please just, be patient with him. I know you this might not be your last, but
we will, and we understand it. No, absolutely, we understand it. He's our city council, and we will absolutely work with him as best we can. But if you can just explain to him that
no conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there's no conspiracy theory, and certainly we're not out to try. I mean, these are our business. These are our taxpayers too, and so
sure.
If they succeed as far as their business, that helps us. We understand that. So there doesn't exist any kind of conspiracy theory. That's not the case. I tried to explain that to Councilman Diep, but again, he came in here. He appeared extremely angry.
Wow.
Yeah, very. You would probably be surprised if you were sitting in the same room with us. That's how angry he looked. He looked so angry that he couldn't even get his words out. That's how bad he looked. So explain to him that that's the image that he's projecting.
Sure.
And again, I say this to kind of just so that you can maybe relay that to just have him be mindful.
No, I really appreciate you being totally honest with me and telling me how you feel. I would definitely talk with him and try to counsel him through this process. It's a learning experience for him, for everybody, and we'll get everybody going in the right direction. And
the other suggestion that I would say too is, and I'm not sure if Councilman Diep has had an opportunity to understand like law enforcement in general, what we do as far as investigation, but I would encourage him to maybe just to sit down with like the FAU sergeant, like Skinmaker, and explain to him like how we do enforcement. Just have an understanding, so that way, if his constituents call him up in the middle of the night to ask why they did what they did, he has a better understanding why we did what we do, and he can better kind of resolve the issue right away.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right.
Okay. Well, Sergeant, thanks so much, and you stay safe.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye-bye.